I was once walking with a man and his wife. He was a horticulturalist, a very famous one in Japan. His specialities was being able to name, I think, about 1,000 different roses. And he knew every name. Now, I know no names of roses, but I'd like to share an observation that I made of him and his wife. Japanese people are very subtle. I enjoy that subtlety of mind. And as we were walking through this massive rose garden, he was naming every rose. Now, this is the Brecondylus careolae, and this one here, and his wife was following on behind him going, oh. She touched the petals. They were like satin. Oh. And she'd bow to the rose. Huh? And this one, this is him, this is the Syriodilus Macaulay, and his wife would come along to that one and so as we went through, I started to realize that what we've done is, by naming everything, by naming and labeling everything in this world, we did it, and from the day that we did it, as soon as we say, gosh, what beautiful flowers, suddenly we don't need to look at them anymore. We've named them. Look, they're beautiful flowers. We all agree, and that's it. That's the completion of our observation and our experience. By naming everything, by giving it a label, by placing it in a certain framework within our mind, this man no longer smelled the rose or touched the rose. And quite different to his wife, he no longer honored the rose, but he enjoyed his understanding, his perception of the rose. His wife said later to him, did you notice the smell of that yellow one? The yellow one? Oh, just a minute, he said, and he grabbed a book and he opened up the book. Oh, yes, the Chronodilus Macaulay, yes. And she said, did you notice the smell? It smells like cherries. Isn't that funny? It smells like cherries, the cherries that you get in spring, right at the beginning of the spring. And he said, no, I didn't smell it, no. And so what she had done was she had actually clipped one and brought it home for him. And he picked it up and he gave it a smell, and suddenly his face changed. For a moment he went beyond the label, went beyond the book understanding. Now, my topic is not to do so much with science and spirituality, but rather, how do we, as the perceiver, which was so well described to you by Brother Mrityunjay, how do we, the perceiver, associate with what we perceive as, and what we've labeled as, and what we've understood and categorized and formulated in the form of beliefs, what we experience as the outer world, the physical world?